After signing a one-year, $1 million deal this past offseason, Tajae Sharpe was released by the Minnesota Vikings on Monday after signing a one-year, $1 million deal this past offseason as a potential replacement for Stefon Diggs. That never really came to fruition as Sharpe was inactive for most of the season, only playing in 4 of a possible 13 games, being inactive for the other 9. He played 28 snaps and was only targeted 3 times, registering no catches for the Vikings. So it's safe to say that the Tajae Sharpe experience was short-lived over in Minnesota. With that being said, I've seen a number of Titans fans that have said that they believe they should sign Tajae Sharpe, and for good reason. Adam Humphries is on IR due to concussion issues and will miss at least the next 2 games. Cameron Batson's been okay so far this season. Khalif Raymond, after having a huge play against the Baltimore Ravens in the playoffs last season, has been pretty quiet so far this year. And Nick Westbrook-Ikhine has been pretty much non-existent. So should the Tennessee Titans sign Tajae Sharpe? Well, you gotta look at the pros and the cons, and we'll take a look at the cons first. First and foremost, Adam Thielen missed time this season due to COVID, and you would have thought that Sharpe would have a more increased role in Minnesota with Thielen out. Instead, he couldn't get playing time over guys like Chad Beebe and Olabisi Johnson, and of course, Justin Jefferson was a first-round pick, so he wasn't going to get playing time over him unless he earned it, and without OTAs, it was really hard for him to earn a spot over Jefferson. Also, you gotta think about the fact that Sharpe signed a one-year, $1 million deal with the Vikings. The Titans probably could have afforded to sign him to that, but instead they decided to let him walk, and maybe he just didn't want to sign with them. That's certainly possible as well, but I don't know. I feel like if Tennessee really wanted him back and if he wanted to come back, that they certainly could have worked out a one-year, $1 million deal. Plus, when you think about it, there are other receivers that probably fit the Titans' needs a lot more. This is a very young group of receivers, so they could use some veteran leadership from guys like Demaryius Thomas, Kenny Stills, and Paul Richardson. Stills was recently released by the Texans and has always been pretty productive considering the fact that he was a 5th-round pick a while ago. And a lot of Titans fans have said that they would want them to sign him as well. And of course, he has played with Ryan Tannehill before, so he has rapport with Tannehill. Demaryius Thomas is the most veteran of the 3, and he could definitely help mentor these young receivers on the team. And though Paul Richardson ended up not being the #1 receiver that Washington might have thought he was, he still could be a pretty productive receiver for Tennessee. So the Titans definitely have different options as far as if they want to even replace Humphries for now, because you never know what could happen with that concussion situation, and they have other options outside of Sharpe. However, here are the pros to signing him. He knows the system already, so he wouldn't have to sit there and learn a new offense. He already knows Arthur Smith's offense pretty much in and out, one would assume at very least. So unlike Thomas, Stills, and Richardson, it's not like he would have to take time learning a brand new offense. And he was pretty productive in the past for the Titans. He was always a pretty dependable 3rd down receiver, just catching passes underneath, and that's what I think his role would be should the Titans sign him. And the contract that he signed with the Vikings goes both ways. He signed a $1 million deal, and he ended up getting very little to no playing time and ended up getting cut without registering a single catch. That means his stock isn't very high, so there's really no risk to signing him at this point. And Will Lomas of Titan Size actually put out a tweet not too long ago talking about how Sharpe last year was more productive than Batson and Humphries have been so far this year combined. In 2019, Tajae Sharpe had 25 catches for 329 yards and 4 touchdowns. This year, Batson and Humphries have combined for 33 receptions, 316 yards, and 3 touchdowns. While this doesn't guarantee that Sharpe would replace their production, it still is a pretty telling stat that Sharpe was more productive than those 2 receivers last season in that role. So should the Tennessee Titans bring back Tajae Sharpe? I say my answer is, if they can't sign Demaryius Thomas, Kenny Stills, or Paul Richardson for what they can get Sharpe for, then I say go for it. Again, it's very low risk and it could potentially be high reward. And personally, I like Tajae Sharpe a lot. I think he was a real asset to the team, a lot more than a lot of people will give him credit for. But you do have to think about the fact that he wasn't able to get over guys like Chad Beebe and Olabisi Johnson in Minnesota. But we'll have to see what the Titans decide to do as far as receiver goes. It is possible that they don't do anything. I mean, they do have other needs on the team. I mean, they're very thin at edge right now. So if Tajae Sharpe can play outside linebacker, then maybe that'll increase his chances of getting signed. But in all seriousness, let me know in the comment section what you think. Do you think the Titans should sign Sharpe back? Do you think they should go after Stills or Richardson or Thomas or any other receiver? Let me know in the comment section, guys. And for more Titans news, make sure you guys hit that like button and subscribe if you're new, and turn your notifications on to join the notification gang. And we're going to keep the positive vibes rolling here, ladies and gentlemen. It's been Kaz Cray, and if you want to see more from the channel, check out the playlist in front of you.
I've been suffering in silence, and they paid me no mind. I've been stuck inside the shadows for a really long time. It feels like they forgot about me. Well, I'm here to remind you that the world is gonna hear me when it's my time to shine.